move up a little bit
There you
sometimes.
go. That's good.
I say because a lot of jobs look for experience, and so if you are just freshly out of college, you don't have the experience yet, so they might pass you up because they feel like they want someone who has already had the experience, but you could never get the experience if somebody doesn't give you an opportunity. So
I feel like it's because, like what Dominica said earlier, it's a utopia. So we think, well, I have a history degree, so I'm just going to get a job at a museum.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you have a communications degree, so you're just going to get like a job at Whammo. But it's like it's not like that.
Right,
it's
right.
not like, oh, I had an education degree. Pittsburgh Public School is just going to hire me off the bat. And I feel like that's what we are kind of sort of like structured to think, just to continue pursuing our degree. But what I will say is, for everyone who is in college or who's going through rough times or is planning to go to college, never let money stop your dreams.
Right.
No matter how much money something is, there's always, if there's a will, there's a way. No matter how many years down the line you will have to pay off those loans, never let anyone stop you from your education.
Right, period. I feel like we're on this high when we're in college. Like, you're away from your family, you get to do whatever you want to do. There's nobody telling you to get up. So you kind of like do get this notion that like, oh, okay, I'm getting good grades. Like, when I get out, it's going to be nothing to get this job. Like, it's going to be easy. I'm not even going to be in Pittsburgh or wherever you're from. But then you come down to reality, like, you got to go back to your parents' house when you get done with school.
Yeah.
They won't get back. You can't find a job. But I don't know. I feel like it's the economy. Like, things have changed so much since the 90s and the 80s and all that, that we're producing so many degrees, but there's no jobs.
I've asked myself all the time. A lot of times I feel like they say we need experience, but it's hard to get experience when no one wants to give us the experience. And then sometimes they're like, oh, we're overqualified and they don't want to pay us. So it's like, what now?
Sometimes, depending on your major, the demand of the job and the location as well.
It also, I think, can depend on the experience you have coming out of college. It may be hard to find a dream job you want because you might not have the experience to get into that job immediately.
Because they're not out there. I just feel like it depends on exactly what you want to do. Kind of like social work. Like, social work is very general. If you have something like specific, if you specifically want to work with kids, then, you know, working like for CYF or something like that, like, I mean, you can probably get in there. I heard they have a very high turnover rate. I don't know if that's true or not.
because we only have the degree and the concept and terms and not the real life experience that most employers require.
Yes, I always feel overwhelmed when I'm looking at the job descriptions with a degree.
Right. It seems like they expect like 5 to 10 years experience coming out of college the next day.
Yes, because I feel like that person who went for that degree obviously wants to learn that and should be given that chance. Not coming in straight as a manager or anything, but from the bottom up, yes. I feel like they expect too much.
No. I don't say so, because, nah, I'll say no.
I work in a bank and got a communications degree.
Yeah. Same here. I was like, what? So when I applied, I'm like, I'm not going to get this job. And then they had like 2 interviews, and I'm like, it really wasn't me. I never worked at a bank a day in my life.
Right.
So, I mean, nah, I'll say no.
So, the thing is, I have always been on the other side of an interview table. Recently, I just got a promotion at my job, so now I'm currently interviewing people to work at my program. This is the first time I've been on this side of, an interview and what I'm looking for. my standards are very high because I built this program from scratch and I've been doing this for a year. So I need the person who comes in, they don't necessarily have to have the experience, but they have to have the passion, you know what I mean, to work and do what I do, because I don't want to just like anybody in my program and they don't care about it or don't care about my clients and stuff like that. I have a good relationship with all my clients and I like to keep it that way. So you gotta have somebody who's really, you know, on the same page as you.
Right.
But you don't necessarily need the experience. Some, you know, some places that I've worked require you to have your bachelor's degree, which you're doing stuff you could be doing with a high school diploma. But, you know, I guess to make it more official, you have to have a 4-year degree or something like that. But sometimes I do feel like the requirements to find employment is really over the top, really.
Yes. Yes. Why do I need 10 years experience? Like, that means you wanted me to start experience in like high school, or you want me to be 50 applying for this job. It sometimes I just feel like they're extreme. They're just very extreme.
Over the top.
Over the top. So it's just like, this is stupid. Like, stupid.
No. I mean, I feel like whatever the qualifications are, they have to be met.
I would have to say, like I was saying earlier with the experience, it's more or less, well, if you want me to have 5 years of experience and I just spent 4 to 5 years in college, how am I going to get that experience? But also, on the contrary, if I were to go straight out of high school and have 5 years of experience and apply to that job, I need my bachelor's. So it's more or less like, well, geez, like, what can I really do? So I sometimes feel like we have to knock ourselves off of that pedestal that we were put on since we have our degree, just to, you know, get somewhere in an entry level, maybe some with a little experience, but there's nothing that's going to like give us like right from the bat expert level because of a degree.
Yeah, I do think that the expectations are a bit high for like jobs that only want to pay you like $10 an hour. But what's I gonna say?
The ones in like your field, right? Like the ones that are applying.
I just feel like you said, they should take college as a, well, you were there for 4.5, 5 years, so you got experience the whole time you were there. But they don't see it that way. So.
I think a major does play a big part. I feel like you have to really be careful about what major you pick, because there are certain ones you're going to get a job no matter what, because they're going to need people regardless. Like, for example, nursing or you know, lawyers and things like that, like law. They're going to need people like that. But as far as me, I have communications. I have such a broad degree, and you could do so much with it. But I feel like the jobs are like so impossible to find, like, and they don't want to just hire people. I just feel like it really does depend on what your major is, because, and your location. Like, I feel like where I'm at, what I want to do, I can't do nothing here. Like, I had to leave the state, but it's not like it's that easy to pick up and leave.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes. I guess it depends on like how diverse it is. So yeah.
I honestly feel like yes, and it also comes with the right attitude. You can't just think just because you have something then you are entitled to it, or just because just because you have a degree you are entitled to a 40K a year job. Like, don't think you are entitled to anything. You have to work for it. But I do feel like location, because there are more jobs numerous places that they need people like us who have our bachelors, and they're like, well, we would love to throw that 40,000 at you, but you would have to travel 2,000 miles away. So it's like a teeter-totter effect. It's, do you want to take that leap of faith, or do you want to, you know, just have that comfort blanket on you?
I do, because I feel like if you look up the statistics for whatever job you want in the city of Pittsburgh, it might not be popular. But if you go to like Philly or cities that are larger than Pittsburgh, or California, or go across the West Coast, those jobs might be booming right now. But you don't have the means to get up and move halfway across the world to go get your dream job. So you have to settle for what's right here, and like I said, use it as a stepping stone to get to where you're trying to go.
It depends on the degree. I would say education, yes, it would depend on location. Yeah, I think it would just depend on the degree that you have.
Well, no, I would, if I could start from the very beginning, I would be a doctor.
Yeah.
If I could go back to like my undergrad, and I probably would have to start from scratch with this too, I probably would go to school for IT. Because I'm like super like good with computers and stuff like that, and that was what I was really interested in high school. And if I would have stuck with that, it seems like IT jobs are skyrocketing and the salary is amazing, but you have to have the skills to know how to do that stuff because everybody needs IT people. So I definitely probably would have did IT.
Well, I actually changed my major from what I really wanted to do. I was originally a psych major, and I wanted to be like a therapist, but it was so hard. I could not pass the psych classes. I could not pass, and I probably would have to like leave Clarion, which I didn't want to do. So I switched to communications. And I'm not gonna say I settled for that major because I learned a lot in it, and I think it's helping me now as far as creating my own. But I don't think I would change it back. I think I made the right decision with changing it. So I don't think so.
No, probably not. I mean, I always say like if I could do it all over again, I'd be like a doctor or something, but that's just because doctors make a lot of money. So, but probably not. I think I like to like meet new people, communicate, write. I'm pretty artsy, pretty, like crafty, so probably not.
I don't know. I think that now what I know now, I might have went into business management.
Okay.
Just because I feel like they can never take that degree from you. Like you can always open up your own business, whether you're selling shoes, selling hair. There's always something people are going to buy.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And so like, and if you are able to be your own boss, like you won. You beat the game because these days you got to climb up a ladder and keep getting kicked down just to get $40K a year. You know. And so I mean, I would definitely choose business management for my major for sure.
But I do also sometimes feel like our generation, especially us millennials, I feel like we all want to be our own boss because no one can tell us anything.
True.
And I feel like sometimes we do need to be kicked down just to dust ourselves back off and know how it felt so we can do things differently in order to not get kicked down again. So, yeah, I do agree.
No, I wouldn't have changed it. Only because I feel like the degree I chose will always be at a high. It's just hard to find a job now because of the requirements they ask.
Nah, not okay. People get on my nerves in my job. They don't do their work. They're lazy. I told you about this when he's coming here. They get on my nerves. And it's just, nah. People in the workforce, not gonna say what kind of people, but a lot of people in the workforce, they something else.
And that's when you gotta keep it gangster, because they will keep it
Oh,
gangster.
best believe that. I put my foot down.
And I would say for now, yes, because like at some point you have to settle down and be like, you know what, I got to put a couple years in somewhere to get my experience or whatever. But I never want to stop reaching for my goals because like that's the American dream. Like to one day be able to say like I did this, and it might take time, but I say don't stop, don't be what's the word? Content. Because like when I was at my last job, I was there for 3 years, Pittsburgh Project. And it was like I got so comfortable, it was easy, but like I wasn't happy. And it's like, no, I just wouldn't stop. Just keep pushing. It's hard, but
no matter like I always say, like don't let any amount of money stop you from anything, no matter if it's a large amount or a small amount. You need to keep going.
No. I mean, I want to work a job and make like the good money that I'm going to school for. Like I'm going to school to get a degree, so I feel like I want to work in that field when I'm done. I don't want to work a random job, or else what was the point of going to school to get the degree? So.
Oh, absolutely. I love my job. I really do. I like going to work every day. I wake up with a smile on my face, and like I said, like I didn't think I was going to end up in this field with the job that I have, but I do love my job, and I'm probably one of the most few people you will ever hear say that they love their job. I love my job. I am happy, and people, I feel up. I wish everybody could work for our company because I feel like you know, you have a lot of perks and things. They make sure their employees stay happy. So I enjoy what I do.
No, I'm not okay with that. I felt like I went to school to pay back all this money, and I would love to do something that I love doing, and that I'm going to have to eventually pay back. So.
No, that's never been my interest. I more looked into if I was to pursue something like licenses such as CPA, licensing, such.
I'm big going back and forth about getting my doctorate because a part of me feels like, what's the point of going to get it and pay more money if I can't even find a job in my field now?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of it's just money hungry. Like, they want more and more money from us, but we can't even get the jobs or tools to even get to where we want to be. So it's like, I'm going to school to get a job, but I'm getting a job just to pay back for school, and it's not even guaranteed I won't get that dream job. But I just feel like it'd be nice to have that doctor in front of your name, like, but
just have it.
yeah, just to have it under the belt. But at the same time, it's just not like, I'm kind of back and forth about it, because is it really worth it? I mean, it'd be nice to go, but at the same time, no sense of putting myself through another 3 years to still be in the same position, you know, depressed, not even depressed, but like just questioning and doubting that I'm ever going to find something more. So
Yes, I've been looking into finances and stuff like that because I work at a bank and things of that nature. I want to get my master's paid for, pretty much. So if they willing to pay for it, I'm willing to do it. You feel me? And I just how it goes back to I don't want to close any door. You feel me? I'm gonna try to accumulate all I can while I can.
Nah, I thought about it. My grandma really wanted me to go back to school, but I just don't see it. If I were going to do it, I would have done it right after I graduated from undergrad, but it's been a couple years now, and I just don't see it because I was drained out when I graduated, and I'm not trying to go back and type papers and give presentations and study, and it's like, no, I can't do it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You want to go for a PhD?
Absolutely not. I have looked into get my PhD at numerous schools. You're looking at $100,000. I do not have $100,000 to get a PhD because we're talking about another 4 years of college that I do not have time for.
Some PhD programs are 6 years. I looked.
Which means it's going to cost more than 100 because the one that I initially was looking at, I wanted to get my PhD in social and human services.
Okay.
That was 100,000, but then you have to take into account
A year?
all. No, I think it's all together. Now we're talking about 120 at the end, like the overall. I would end up paying over 129,000 because with the books, you got to do 4 residencies. In other states, they expect you to pay for your own traveling fees, your own hotels, and these residencies are 7, 8, 9, 10 days long, and you have to pay for this out of pocket.
Wow.
Like most people use their refund checks to do their residencies, but if you're getting,
but the refund checks is bomb.
I'm just saying, if you don't get that much back, you gotta think how much. If you get like 5,000 in refunds and you gotta do 4, that's $20,000 right there.
Probably not. I mean, I would like in the far future to be like a teacher, like a professor or something when I'm older. Maybe if I really loved teaching, then I would consider later on in life getting like a PhD. But I doubt it. I mean, there's a very slim chance of that.
I do.
You do.
And I want to fulfill my dream of, being able to become a math professor or just become some type of person with a doctorate.
Yeah.
But I also
that's the same
hearing
thing.
Dr. Thrasher, that's
the
lit for
same
real.
thing. I feel like society is against us. And I mean, I'm all about racial stuff, so I don't want to sound like a Black Panther or nothing, but I just feel like society as a whole is against young African Americans, and to come out and say like, never been to jail, don't have any kids yet, like I got a degree or I have a job, and so one day be able to say my name is Dr. Aaron, like that's amazing. To come from the hood, the projects, and to be a doctor, that's amazing. I would love to be able to do that one day.
Yes. I would probably stick to my same major or go business management. No, because since I have been applying, I see things where they require masters and still require 5 years of experience, 3 years of experience, but we're fresh out of college. How do we get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit of both because sometimes like I can be a show off, so it's just like, you know, I got it like that. But also I would say like I also had to work hard, and this is what my hard work has gotten me to, and I can too be some type of inspiration or motivation.
Some jobs require, in order for you to get a promotion, that you have to get your advanced education, and they'll pay for it, you know. I don't think my job is one of those jobs. But if my job required me to say, oh, you know, well, you know, if you get this degree or whatever, we'll promote you, I would absolutely do it. If someone else will fund it, I will absolutely do it. But as far as myself funding it, no, I will not. But it will be in social and human services if I choose to get my PhD.
Right.
Sure, why not?
No, that's not really something I've thought of right now.
In other words, you're content.
I'm content.
You're fine with that.
I do. I've looked, and it's just as hard. But if I feel like I'm not even set on a location anymore, like I used to be like, oh, I want to move to Atlanta, or I want to move to California. I'll go wherever the best opportunity takes me.
Right.
If you want me to go to Nebraska, I will go to Nebraska. Like if that opportunity is there, I'm going to go. So I'm all about relocating because I feel like where I'm currently at right now and what I want to do, I can't do it here.
No. I've been asked this question on an interview before. No. Not to find a job. Once I have a job set, yes. I wouldn't.
Yes, I feel like everyone has, because
Where'd you look at?
I mean, I didn't look anywhere, but I thought about it. You know, I might have to go here or go there, because being in Pittsburgh, I mean, it's not a big city.
It is pretty big.
I mean, not compared to other cities like Philly or New York or LA, and there's not that many opportunities. I mean, there's opportunities everywhere, but I mean, if you really want to, I feel like communications, journalism, the media, we don't have a big media outlet here. So most likely, if you want to be big, you have to go somewhere else. So I definitely thought about it. I feel like I was somewhat naive when I was in school. I was like, man, I can get big in Pittsburgh, but let's be real, most likely you're not.
Tim, you ever think about it?
Yeah, sure. And I stay active on it. Like I said, with the Revolt thing, with all the TVs and networks, the up and comings, I look into it. A lot of it is in New York or in LA, but that's just a base. You feel me? That's where you would have to go, but you would travel a lot too. I look at like Texas, Louisiana, stuff like that, Southern, and Oklahoma, New York. Yeah, I would. I ain't got no problem locating. I got no kids. I ain't got no ties.
Right.
I'll fly this coop.
Right.
Quick.
Yes, definitely. Just to a place that, you know, is a more diverse place, a place where I feel like younger people kind of thrive in, like somewhere on the West Coast or something like that. I mean, I feel like this area is more geared to people who are already career established or like people that are retired, so.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
Y'all know I talk about it all day.
Like on my Indeed app, I got like mad other places, and they be having like 5,000 jobs. We be having like 1,000. You know what I mean? But it's like for me, I need a plan. I can't just people be just up and moving, like nothing, no job, nowhere to stay. I'll worry myself to death. But no, I definitely do want to relocate because I feel like the dreams I have might be a little bit bigger than Pittsburgh. Absolutely. So yeah.
The reason why I would want to relocate is because I want to hit other aspects of the United States, not just Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, not just Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I want to hit other areas. Like the DMV would be a prime spot of hitting 3 states all in one. So I just want to, you know, touch as many lives as I possibly can. With the little bit amount of time we have.
Nope.
I thought about it like once, honestly, one time. I thought about moving to Philly because Justin's sister was from Philly. So other than that, one time. And as quickly as I thought it, as quickly as it went out of my mind.